Every time I think about Trump, I get allergic. Boy, we have 63 days to go.
All right, Hillary Clinton having one of her frequent coughing fits. I think this went on 4 minutes and 22 seconds at a rally in Cleveland, Ohio yesterday, but that was not an isolated incident. She had another coughing fit and attack while speaking with reporters on her campaign plane. Take a look.
So, get some water. Yep. Thank you. Thanks. Excuse me. I'll be right back. Well, Maroon, you're up.
Earlier today, the Drudge Report ran a headline highlighting Clinton's recent history of coughing fits. By the way, we're just going to keep in the corner of the screen. We've kind of put them all together. Just take a look. Does it raise questions about her health, especially in light of the revelation she told the FBI that, well, she couldn't remember a lot of things because she had a concussion in 2012. Well, I thought it was a conspiracy, according to CNN, if you bring up the idea about Hillary's health. Here with our discussion, editor-in-chief, LifeZet.com, nationally syndicated radio host, Laura Ingraham, also Fox News contributor, a nationally syndicated host himself. Herman, we're all talk show hosts here. All right, but you can watch Hillary. She has these coughing fits, one after another after another. Then we find out she used as an excuse, Laura, the fact that she had a concussion, why she couldn't remember if she was briefed or not. As it relates to how to secure emails. So do we now have a right to inquire a little bit more deeply about what the situation is with our health?
Yeah, as a former white-collar litigator, I would say that Hillary Clinton opened the door to questions about her health. Sean, when she claims that she doesn't remember basic elements of her duty as Secretary of State, she doesn't remember certain briefings. She doesn't remember the designation on the top of a document for classified information. She didn't remember that she had more than one device. I mean, none of this passes the straight face test. We know that.
Well, 14. Yeah, but, all right, so here's what we know, Herman. She couldn't recall all the security briefings. She couldn't recall 40 times. She couldn't recall the security briefings because she had a concussion. How do you forget the whole briefing? And does it raise questions? Her aide destroyed her BlackBerries with a hammer. Her email was targeted multiple times by hackers because once she clicked on a porn link, and she also claimed that the C marking, which everybody knows is classified, was referencing paragraphs in alphabetical order. Now, her aides also said 327 times they didn't remember. She said it 40 times. Do you believe any of this, or is she just lying? And by the way, she's coughing in the background, in the corner there. Go ahead.
Well, Sean, she's just lying. I mean, it's one thing. This shows that her staff is pushing her out there despite her physical condition. She needs to get medical help. It's one thing to have one coughing spell, but to continue to have multiple coughing spells and they get longer and longer and longer, her staff is not being sensitive to the fact that maybe she needs to step back. They don't want to do that because it might continue to add to a lot of the rhetoric and a lot of the perception that maybe she's not healthy enough to do this. The other thing is all of these other things that she has denied she's able to remember. Her biggest problem is not coughing. Her biggest problem is lack of integrity, and it's starting to show through with a lot of people, period.
All right. 277 days, Laura, no press conference. Her events, they often like 100 people, and it's for the TV cameras, and they never pan back to show that there's no crowd there. Now, you're a lawyer. Is it not evidence of acting intentionally and with a criminal intent? She was asked by Ed Henry, you mean with a cloth? When she was asked if she wiped her server clean. No, she used expensive bleach bit software to make sure God couldn't read them, as Trey Gowdy said. So is that criminal intent? Did they need to reopen this investigation?
I think they absolutely should reopen the investigation. They seem to have new information that wasn't brought to congressional attention earlier this year. The information alone about the BlackBerry destruction. How does Jim Comey not even sit in on the interview with Hillary Clinton?
Oh,
He didn't even
you
take
mean the
part
same
in
guy
it.
that made a document dump last Friday when everybody's on vacation, the
Of
way
course.
campaigns do? That guy?
And let me just, can I say just one thing about the FBI? This is supposed to be an agency, Sean, even in our hyper-political world, that calls balls and strikes fairly, that they're an umpire. They're not on one side or the other. We should be able to trust the FBI to do the proper investigation and come to the proper conclusion without regard to political allegiance or political party. We know that one of the independent investigators at the Justice Department actually gave money to the Obama campaign, both in 2008 and 2012. This, I think, hurts the integrity of the FBI. And again, eats away at the public's trust in government. None of us could get away with smashing potential states' evidence with hammers.
Good luck to you, Laura Ingraham.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you bash up your phones with and your computers.
No.
All right, last word, Herman.
Well, Laura is exactly right. Unfortunately, the integrity of the FBI has been compromised by this administration and the Justice Department. That's unfortunate because people have often, for a long time, had a lot of trust in the FBI. They have now compromised their integrity because it is apparent and it's clear that they are trying to hold back and cover for Hillary Clinton, which in fact she has shown that she cannot be trusted. She does not recognize the integrity of classified information, and she is definitely not trustworthy.
Guys, we got to continue this. We'll have you back later in the week. Thank you both for being with us.